Yo, what's going on, guys? And today, it's been announced that Dallas Mavericks have discussed a sign and trade with the Cleveland Cavaliers for Collin Sexton. And you know what's the irony in this? Is that I personally said on a few videos here, and as well as I believe on our NBA show, link in the description, live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central Time, about that the Dallas Mavericks, I have no idea why they haven't picked up the phone and offered something for Collin Sexton, because I was like, he shouldn't be too hard to trade, and the Cavs only have to take half his money back. And I was like, if they're not sold on Josh Green could be the guy to move that needle. And first off, shout out NBA Central for tweeting Cavaliers Nation article by Brad Sullivan, link in the description, that the Cavs and the Mavs have had conversations about a sign and trade for Collin Sexton. And the details are that this was a new report, though no deal is apparently imminent. Cavs insider Chris Fedor spoke about the issues on his podcast, Wine and Gold Talk podcast, saying the Cavs have had conversations with Dallas about a sign and trade for Collin Sexton. But if you're talking about a sign and trade, the Cavs need something back that is going to be valuable to them. Neither the Jazz nor Mavericks have the pieces that the Cavs would want back in a sign and trade for Collin. Sexton, obviously, you guys know, is a restricted free agent. And, after being in free agency since, June 30th or July 1st, he hasn't gotten anything. And supposedly one of the reasons that, he hasn't gotten any deals is because of the restricted free agency. And the Cavaliers have countered with a 3-year, $39 million deal when he's been asking for 4 years, $80 million. And Sexton's coming off of injury that limited just 11 games. And he's only 23 years old. So in recent weeks, Sexton's camp has shown the willingness to accept Cleveland's qualifying offer. The amount is even less than its current offer, but it would make Sexton unrestricted free agent next year. And obviously there's no time frame for this, but I just thought, okay, who could they offer? I think personally they could offer a combination of Josh Green, and it would have to be an expiring contract, and that's my thought, is that it would have to be a combination of either Josh Green and Maxi Kleber or Josh Green and Dwight Powell, because I feel like they would have to offer up Josh Green unless they want to offer up a pick, which I doubt they will. Because if you offer up Josh Green, you're able to then just be like, all right, we're not going to give you a pick. We'll just use Josh Green as that young guy you guys could be interested in. I like the idea of Collin Sexton there, because I think Collin Sexton, we had said it on our show that low-key Sexton was the best option available, that's somewhat available to replace Jalen Brunson. I feel like if you brought in Collin Sexton, you'd be able to do a decent job of, alleviating the loss of Jalen Brunson. Now, Collin Sexton, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How likely do you think this is to happen? If I had to be honest, I'd say it's 50-50. I think, if anything, this is a deal that could go into training camp or right before training camp. It all comes down, I feel like the Mavs are sold. They want Collin Sexton, but they're not going to go out of their way to get him or sell the farm for him, which they shouldn't. But what they do realize is, hey, training camp's around the corner. The Cavaliers could bring him back and just feel awkward as hell, and then feel obligated to move him because of how awkward things became. So that road is always one of a possibility. So we'll definitely see what happens, because I think it's definitely interesting. Now, I think Collin Sexton again would just be utilized as a starter, similar to how Jalen Brunson was last year, is what they want. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this situation and why? Also, go check out my NBA show. We're live Monday through Friday, new time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Pacific. My semester starts next week. I only have class on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Shout out senior year. And so we had to figure out a time, and NBA games are going to be starting at like 6. So we were like, well, if we do a 5 to 6 show, they'll always give us enough time to be able to do what needs to be done.